Get your vitamin D right here with me and get excited about your life.
Today's dose of vitamin D is dedicated to change. Change. The modification, the altercation, the altering, basically something different. Change that you see in yourself and embracing that change. Change is uncomfortable. I like to think change is synonymous with growth because growth, it's an evolution, but more importantly, it's a process. And it makes me think of this track, I Can See the Change by Celeste. And in it, she says, I can see the change, come what may, I won't regret today. I can see the change, feel the pace of everything. Who am I? Teary-eyed. Who are you in your life? See, we talk about change, we talk about wanting more, but we forget about the process. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We ask God to grow and then it starts raining. But you understand that rain are the nutrients that you need for growth. But then she continues on to say, are you dumb enough to pass the time? Oversold and out of lies. At what point do you say you want to change and you allow yourself to change? See, we overextend ourselves in different circumstances and different things, saying we want to change, basically overselling ourselves and telling these lies over and over again. But what happens when they run out? What happens when you're all cried out? Do you stay the same or do you change? She says, I can see the change better than I ever could before. I am what remains, different in the same frame that I was. We have to remember that change starts on the inside. And we have to remind ourselves to not get caught up on what's around us. Don't let what you see make you forget what God said. Just because things haven't aesthetically changed immediately that you want it, understand that it has to start with your mind process. So what's going on in the inside? Oftentimes, I feel what stops us from changing is that whole notion of standing out. She goes on to say, standing out like I need it now, like a fool does. It doesn't mean I'll adjust. ... That's my ellipses. Let the world adjust. AKA, be who you are. What allows a diamond to shine are the multitudes of cuts that have been placed within it. Cuts of shame, cuts of mistakes, cuts of disgrace, cuts of things that may not show the perfection or so we think, but realizing that when we step in the light, you are perfectly imperfect. It also says that you're not afraid to be who you are. Half the time, life passes us by because we don't want to be the fool. We don't want to be the one that stands out. But just like I've said it before, a star in the sky twinkles in the sky at night. And amidst all the blackness, it still stands out. So I'm asking you, can you see the change? Better yet, do you want the change? The time is now to be everything that you've ever wanted to be. Standing out in spite of everything. Just knowing that you can be free. I'm going to be the change that I want to see. And I hope you will too. That's it for your dose of vitamin D. Be sure to follow us on all social media at VitaminDDawnDai. And until next time, always remember, you are your greatest asset.